How do I, 28 female, tell my husband, 30 male, that I am not a fan of his greasy ponytail without sounding like a jerk? When we were dating and for most of our marriage, 4 years, he has had short hair. It wasn't until COVID that he started growing it out. Now, I actually like his long hair. I love it when he wears it down and it's clean. The problem is, he never wears it down, and despite me trying to show him different things like conditioners and product and how to brush it, he's never had long hair, so he's not used to the effort it takes to maintain. He doesn't seem interested in learning, either. He washes it with soap and sometimes goes days without washing it at all, so he transforms from Jason Momoa into Ed from 90 Day Fiancé really quickly. It's always tied back into a greasy, stringy ponytail, and he wears it in a high pony, which I hate because it makes him look like a cheerleader. He also uses my bright pink scrunchies and bows when we are around the house because it's convenient, and also because he thinks it's funny, but I don't find it attractive at all. I also don't want to use my brush and my hair ties anymore after he does, just because his hair is so nasty. Imagine if JoJo Siwa didn't wash her hair for 5 days. That's what I'm married to. How do I go about this? I don't really want to hurt his feelings, but the little hints I've been dropping, like trying to show him how to take care of his hair, have not been working. I'm starting to resent his total lack of effort into his appearance. It's one thing to not comb your hair one day or just stay in your pajamas, but his hair is just straight up gross and I cannot take it anymore. How do you confront a partner about their hygiene and appearance when they let themselves go?
Now to the comments. When my boyfriend was growing out his hair, to the point that he looked like Jim Henson by the end of quarantine, we had a similar problem. I just straight up said you need to use shampoo and conditioner, not soap. Soap will leave your hair full of residue. Shampoo and conditioner will make it feel like mine. And if his hair looks greasy, I was directly say, babe, I think you should probably wash your hair. I feel like if you have a level of intimacy that you're married, you can be honest with him and be like, hey, your hair is dirty, let's fix it. Once you've got him to properly clean it, then you can work on the styling. Maybe ask him to wear it down for sexy times? So, he will associate that hairstyle is something you really like and may be more motivated to try it out. You gotta be prepared for the possibility that he just prefers the high ponytail, though. That could be his version of a woman's messy bun, and I'd roll my eyes so hard if my boyfriend told me he wanted me to stop wearing my messy buns when I'm just hanging out in sweats because it's not attractive to him. This is separate from the hygiene thing, of course. If that's the case, buy him his own brush and scrunchies, and present the scrunchies like a joke. Hey, since you like mine so much, here are some that will go better with your hair color, and try to find some good-hearted humor in his look.
This is great advice.
I guess you could just randomly dump some shampoo on his head, which would force him to then go and rinse it out. Or you could just be direct. Babe, I love you, but your hair is nasty and it's not attractive when you don't wash it for a week, and I'm going to have to burn all my hair ties.
And I'm going to have to burn all my hair ties. This made more air come out of my nose than usual.
Give me $20 and I'll tell him. I'll call him a greasy meatball or something and give him the tough facts about proper hair maintenance. Tough love. It'll work, don't worry.
Hell, I'll do it for free.
Simply tell him. Be honest.
This is the clear route to go. I'm not sure of your dynamic, but when dealing with tough love conversations, I always like to start with love so they don't feel entirely attacked. I also like to remind them I'm not in the habit of picking on them and wouldn't be saying something if it wasn't a serious concern that they obviously weren't seeing or taking care of on their own. You know I love you and find you incredibly attractive. To my surprise, I even really loved your long hair as it grew out. But I have to be honest and let you know it does not look good when you don't take care of it. You've had your hair at this length for a bit and it seems like you're putting less and less effort into it. I understand it's a lot of maintenance though. I think you should think about whether you have the energy to take care of your hair at this length or if you'd rather cut it and get rid of the burden.
Tell him it makes you not want to halak him anymore.
I am Filipino and speak Tagalog and now cannot say the H word after watching Big Ed.
From Momoa to Ed killed me. You are funny.
I know. She should just be blunt and show before and after photos. Honey, your long hair is so Momoa when you clean it. It's been days though, so now you look like Mayonnaise Man aka Big Pred.
I mean, you married the guy. Just talk to him and tell him what you told us. If you really can't have an honest conversation with your husband, then we've got way bigger problems than hair lol. Stop dropping hints. That's like never going to work for anything.
Yeah, I don't get why this is such a big deal. Just suggest him, without being rude, to shower when you see his hair is starting to get greasy. He's your husband. If you can't talk about these things, then what's the point lol? Greasy hair stinks. Sebum collects on the scalp and traps bacteria, making it smell really bad. That particular smell is a huge turn-off for many people. I bet his pillowcase and sheets are also greasy. Just level with him. Your hair isn't getting clean and it's getting oil all over my stuff when you use my brush and scrunchies, and I can't use them unless they are washed. Besides, it stinks. Please wash your hair every 3 days or every other time you shower.
Buy him his own black elastics, his own brush, the shampoo and conditioner you think he should use, etc. Put it in a gift bag from the dollar store for when you present it to him. Make it fun. If he still doesn't get it, show him the pictures of hot hair down Aquaman versus greasy ponytail neckbeard.
This is what I did for my now long-haired other half, and at Christmas when family asked for small gift ideas we mixed some more nice bits in. Now his hair is way better than my long hair.
Well, you mention the Jason Momoa thing, why not work that angle? I've grown my hair out since COVID and have been doing that hairstyle and it's exceedingly easy. He doesn't want to cut his hair, so maybe try telling him about how styling it that way looks so sexy. And through that encourage him about shampoo and conditioner and some styling product.
That's really nice, but he's a grown man and should be able to deal with basic hygiene. You should be able to tell him straight up that it looks gross / isn't attractive / is inconvenient, due to you not using your hair accessories after he uses them. Obviously, we want to be nice to the people we care about, but it sounds like to me you really have been. Be nice. But just tell him it isn't it.
You have two separate problems. One is hygiene / him not having his own stuff, and the other is you not digging the look. The first is a completely okay and important thing to address. The latter is a matter of personal preference. The grease is an issue. It, as many have noted, can lead to hair loss and skin problems, some of which can ruin linens and furniture. It'll definitely make people judge him. As far as the ponytail part, I mean, you've worn them, haven't you? There's a reason. Long hair in the face all the time is irritating. As much as you wouldn't want him to tell you what to wear or how to cut your hair, it goes the same for him. You can give positive reinforcement when he wears it the way you like, but the choice is his. Health and wellness and social ostracism. Important to discuss. Don't like a sartorial choice? That's a different story.
OP replied. That's fair. I probably wouldn't mind the ponytail as much if it was clean.
Do just say it's smelly.
I was in a similar situation. Constantly greasy hair on men will lead to early thinning / balding as the oils block the follicles and prevent growth. For men it's ideal to have very dry hair. Advice given to me by my hairdresser 3 days ago.
Telling him this would probably get him to get on the grease situation ASAP. Most guys seem not into the whole bald look. Good share emo.
I had a nasty long hair. My partner told how she really felt about it to me during our first year together. It didn't hurt my feelings. I was a bit ashamed of that and immediately fixed the situation. First took care, later decided to cut for other reasons. I don't even think about it anymore, and we have been 5+ years together now. Just be honest.
I got my partner to start taking better care of his hair. Sorry if you read this, babe. By buying him his own 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, then I would play with his hair and tell him how much I loved how soft it felt, and I would brush it for him. Just be gentle and explain how you don't want to use your hair stuff anymore, brush, scrunchies, etc., because they are gross, or ask him to rinse them with hot water when he is done with them to get rid of the grease.
For serious grease stains on fabric, my so and I are both in the restaurant industry, and our uniform shirts show grease stains like nothing else I've ever encountered. Use a mixture of equal parts OxiClean and water, and mix that with a couple teaspoons of liquid dish soap. Dampen the stained area and put the mix on the grease spot. You can use a bristled scrub brush to really scrub it into the fabric. Let sit overnight, then wash as normal in the washing machine with laundry soap of your choice and hot water. For extra grease/stain fighting action on your clothes, let the washer fill up with hot water and mix in a scoop of OxiClean and your regular laundry soap. Let both dissolve before adding your clothes. Then let the clothes soak with the washer lid up for a couple hours. Then close the lid and let the washer run as normal. This works like a dream on all biological stains. Do not mix OxiClean and bleach.
How does he not wash his hair in the shower?
If you have long hair, just a little water and soap won't cut it anymore, and just getting them a little wet isn't considered washing it.
Just tell him. Be like, want to shower together? Already, defenses down. Then wash his hair. Have him wash yours. And then once you're out of the shower, compliment him when he wears it down. Touch his hair. Be like, it feels so clean and soft, or something like that. That's the healthiest way I can think of to hint, but you might just have to get down and dirty and go, listen babe. I love your hair short or long. But I don't love it greasy. What do you think about washing it a bit more? I can help to begin with.
I tell my 12-year-old son it's okay to be a dork. It's not okay to be a smelly dork. Go get in the shower. I think that basic formula would work, just swap out the terms. I mean, I have a clean preteen boy as proof of concept.
I went through the exact same thing. Here's what I did. I made him a gift basket. Dry shampoo, fancy shampoo/conditioner, hair mask, wet brush, hair ties. I also took pics of him and showed him what he looked like. Then just yesterday, he went to the barber and got the best guy's long haircut. He had it shaved/faded underneath, so the pony/bun looks so cute and much cleaner. Like a sexy Viking.
Tell him flat out. He needs to cut his hair if he isn't going to keep it clean and take care of it. That is just nasty. He also needs to stay out of your hair stuff. He needs his own stuff.
Tell him exactly what you wrote here. You like the long hair, when it's properly cared for, but unkempt hair is the opposite of sexy.
I tell my fiancé when his hair starts getting greasy or if he didn't wash it right. He appreciates it because his hair is so full and thick. He sometimes can't tell if he cleaned it right. I have also pampered him and prepared a bath and washed his hair for him. Helps him relax when he's been having a stressful day/week. You can also be honest and tell him how you're not trying to be a dick, but his hair is starting to get very greasy and how that can cause it to fall out/get a receding hairline. Greasy hair, especially if it's hot, can fall off.
Could you take him to a salon and get a trim and style? He can then see how great it can look while getting some education on how to care for it. This worked for my partner when he started growing his beard longer and he didn't quite know about styling and care.
Dry shampoo if he's too lazy to wash it. I do it myself all the time, ha ha ha. Separate hair care sets. He's not allowed to use your scrunchies. If he wants pink ones, he gets them himself. Hair doesn't need daily washes, but if it's greasy, it's not clean. Soap can be very dehydrating and, on a scalp, that might mean it produces more grease to combat. Getting him a decent shampoo he uses once a week or so could change that. Otherwise, you're not the boss of his hairstyles, only express your preferences, but if he wants to be a cheerleader, he's going to be one.
It sounds like dude needs way more blunt of a convo than that. And how will his own hair bows help with his greasy, stringy hair? OP, you need to sit down and be respectful but real. I like your long hair, but these things are not attractive at all. There are easy ways to deal with that so it won't be a lot of work. Let me fill you in.
Ugh. My man has long blonde hair. He's a mechanic but he still keeps it clean. I definitely have given him tips on how to better care for it, so you should try to be less subtle. Honestly, I would worry he's depressed. I couldn't imagine he's happy being unkempt. It's definitely a sign of being too sad when you stop basic hygiene.
Honestly, you have no say in his appearance. You can make it clear what you prefer, but if he likes ponytails and scrunchies, you can't control what he wears. Hygiene is a different matter. I guess just stop hinting and make it clear he should wash it more often.
Since it's her scrunchie, she can definitely tell him not to use her stuff because he's getting it all greasy and gross, though.
Did he wash his hair the same amount when he had short hair? Seems like a hygiene problem. I would totally tell him straight.
My husband grew out COVID hair and a beard. After me bluntly telling him to sort himself, because he looked like an unwashed hobo, he now washes it properly and trims his beard neatly. He admitted he had underestimated the time and effort long hair takes to maintain and needed to get out of the habits he had when he had short hair. Also, we both swear by those plastic hair bubbles that look like a coiled spring. They work really well and you just drop them in hot water when they start to lose their shape.
Maybe inform him of the importance of hygiene and introduce him to man buns instead of ponytails.
I'm sorry I had to stop reading and laugh for a second when you wrote about it at ha ha ha. Did you tell him that? If someone tells me this, I'll change my look instantly, ha ha ha.
And let him know that wearing it in a tight, high ponytail all the time can lead to a receding hairline. Also, I don't wash my medium long hair all the time because I dye my hair fun colors, so I use Redken dry shampoo. It smells so good, but also, if he doesn't have that dye concern, he should just wash it more to be clean.
I'd like to point out it's terrible for your hair to wash it every day. Once to twice a week is good, depending on your activity level/lifestyle. If he brushes his hair, the grease should make it soft. It might look greasy for a day but untimely. No one should be washing their hair more than twice a week. It's overkill.
You're not alone, girl. LMFAO. Mine loves his long hair and doesn't care that I don't like it. More power to him.
Just tell him. He's your husband. It's not like you're telling a stranger that their hair is greasy. You should feel comfortable enough to tell him this, especially if you're married. Be nice about it, but be direct.
Just so you know, Jason Momoa is known for wearing pink scrunchies. Like all the time. There's an interview where he talks about his favorite scrunchies, and even wears his hair in a high ponytail. Have fun researching.
Jason Momoa in a scrunchie and high ponytail is 100% different than a mere mortal doing the same with filthy hair.
How about, honey, you know I love you oodles and oodles. So, I feel like I can be honest with you. You need to take better care of your hair if you're going to keep it long like you have been. It's really greasy and gross, and if you can't take the time to wash it and maintain it properly, I think it would be best if you just cut it shorter to a more maintainable length.
Do you also have long hair? Maybe you could show him some tips and tricks on you or each other? Also, could you maybe tell him it smells? Maybe that will trigger change better than looks, since he likes that he looks silly but no one wants to stink, I hope. Also, your hints may just be coming off as jokes. I'm big on saying what you feel because hints are often easy to miss. You're married, hopefully you can be honest.
I'd sit down and have a semi-serious chat to him and highlight that you like the long hair. You are happy to help him find a routine that works for him. Maybe some dry shampoo will also help?
Dry shampoo is great for helping with hair grease. That way you aren't washing hair so much that your scalp becomes dry and flaky. Also, help him establish a hair care routine. Get him good shampoo and conditioner, as the cheaper stuff can also cause build-up in the hair. A good detangler and a wet brush, the kind with special bristles that don't snag while hair is still wet, his own set of scrunchies, and maybe some fun styling tutorials. Explain to him that his hair being greasy is unattractive and gross. Also get silk pillowcases for both of you. It helps prevent tangles from sleeping.
Is he depressed? Or does he think long greasy hair looks nice? My advice changes depending on which answer it is.
If it was my husband, it'd go like this. Cut the dang hair. It's greasy disgusting.
I'm sorry you're dealing with this because I find it disgusting as well, but your description absolutely killed me. I hope your humor helps you through it, and I hope he gets better hygiene habits.
Is he depressed or just not washing his hair for some other reason? Does that mean he isn't showering or just not washing his hair while in shower? I would say you have no other choice than to say yeah, it's not good. Maybe say hygienic isn't of attractive ike how bad greasy hair is hygienically. But it's probably not good. Maybe he's seen those things where people say yeah, don't wash your hair so often, and it will get less greasy, but for some people that's not true. You have to wash every couple days at least.
I would just be flat out honest with him, but just word it nicely. I think most men just want honesty, even though we may not want the truth sometimes. It is necessary. Definitely mention the part about Big Ed and Jason Momoa. Maybe throw in a little Bruce Jenner before and after pics too for good measure. Good luck.
Yeah. Clear communication. Your hair is not clean enough, it's greasy and smelly and not attractive. You're going to have to start taking proper care of it. Then offer to teach him. It takes time to learn. My 12-year-old, after years of tuition, is now pretty well able to look after her own long hair, but it's not something you learn in 5 minutes. Knowing how often to shampoo, how much conditioner to use, when you've washed the conditioner out properly, these take time to learn. The best thing will be if he can take your honest feedback on the condition of his hair, so that he learns over time how to care for it. And he needs to stop using your hair things. Full stop. He needs to get his own. Good luck.
Sounds like he needs to maintain his scalp.
Honestly, you know your partner the best, and I think you just need to communicate with him in a way that is both expressive and not hurtful. You just need to figure out what to say in your mind, then sit down, have a conversation with him.
I'd just be direct. Babe, your hair gets so gross like Ed's from 90 Days Fiancé. No guy wants to be like him, lol.
Why don't you jump in the shower with him and wash it yourself? You can make it a fun time.
My girlfriend just tells me I like my hair longer. She said I like it shorter. It gets me hot. I'm like, okay, but you gotta schedule the appointment with the barber. In other words, This shouldn't be a thing.
I think your husband may be one of the COVID mental health crisis casualties. Depression sucks. Try dry shampoo.
Imagine if Jojo Siwa didn't wash her hair for 5 days. That's what I'm married to. Pure gold.
As a man with long hair, I always appreciate tips on hair care from people who have done it longer and better than I have.
I would personally buy him some hair ties of his own and some dry shampoo. Show him how to use the dry shampoo to avoid greasy roots. If he still doesn't get the hint, then you should sit him down and basically read him your post. Tell him how you feel, while balancing truth with grace.
Straight up honesty is best policy.
If he goes with long hair, don't put it in a ponytail. As a man that once had wonderful, lush hair, I regret to this day ever wearing it in a ponytail every day as I did in my 20s, especially so if he doesn't frequently keep it clean conditioned. I never lost hair faster than by having it up in a ponytail. That's just an anecdote. Like everyone else, just talk with him about it.
I empathize, and agree with everyone saying be honest and clear with him. I'm just a bit baffled to learn some people use soap to wash their hair.
Hey, just so you know, your husband can train his hair to stay not greasy for longer. Shampoo strips your hair if it's oils, so the hair then thinks it needs to produce more. Also, using conditioner adds a silicone layer that's supposed to replace the oil. To stop getting greasy hair, he needs to get on a consistent schedule, so every 3 to 5 days wash. Also, I would completely ditch the conditioner. On non-wash days he can still rinse with water, which will help keep his scalp and hair hydrated and a bit more clean and less greasy. I actually would use a cleansing conditioner on non-wash days where I sweat etc. to make my hair smell nice. Edit. I also want to point out that until fairly recently, washing your hair daily or weekly wasn't a thing. The idea that hair is greasy after a few days of no washing is a modern phenomenon. You really only need to wash your hair. Everyone's is different and everyone's life is different, at least once a month. Shampoo companies push the idea of greasy hair to make sure you use their product every day and keep buying more.
Lol, my husband has also grown his hair out since COVID. It's now shoulder length but also curly, and he also doesn't know how to take care of it. And sometimes he tries brushing it when it's greasy and he looks like the villain from No Country for Old Men. I've tried several times to show him, wash it with shampoo. Put in some conditioner. Finger comb it. Put some of this product for curly hair in and let it air dry, but I've made minimal progress. He's actually started wearing it in a ponytail and I think I prefer it, haha.
As a man, make fun of him until he washes, cuts it. As a woman, make fun of him until he washes, cuts it.
I, male, would actually want to be told you don't like my hair, insert any aspect of my looks, because my soul is not the only one who sees me and I want to look decent for her and others. Tell him. For me this obvious.
Is there a chance that your husband is deeply depressed? COVID tends to have that effect on people, and interest in personal hygiene often falls by the wayside with depression.
I had long hair too for a while, wore it in a bun. My GF low-key hated it too, even when I took good care of it. But the point that I want to make, long hair on men mostly doesn't work because there is one element missing compared to women with long hair, and that is social awareness on what looks good. Because men have not much to compare with when it comes to long hair and then get stuck in their own illusion that their style of long hair looks cool. I think you should just tell him that the long hair doesn't look good on him and that it makes him look old. Men are very sensitive to this. It was also the reason for me to cut my hair short again, and in retrospect I'm glad I did. Now when I look back at my photos with long hair, I can only cringe about myself a bit.
Hey, I saw this haircut and I think you'd look super sexy with it. It'd work for me.
OP replied. Unfortunately, I've tried that kind if, Not with one particular cut, but I've told him I miss his hair from before and asked when he's going to get a haircut, and he said probably not anytime soon because he likes it long.
I'll anonymously email him. Lol. Or you can tell him how you feel.
This whole work from home thing has brought out the sloppy hygiene in a lot of people. Beards, dirty hair, less showering and teeth brushing. Does he go out in public that way?
Babe, I can smell your hair from here. Go and wash it properly before it walks off your head and washes itself. His scalp must be screaming.
When my BFS pony is greasy, I'm just like, dang, you need to wash your hair, lol.
OP replied. Edit, thanks everyone for your suggestions. I don't have time to answer everyone individually tonight, but the consensus seems to be that the time for sparing feelings has passed and a blunt conversation is the best way to go. I'm going to reread all your responses and put together what I want to say and give it a go. If it doesn't go well, then I'll take the advice of the one Redditor, who suggested I cut it off while he was sleeping.
Do not cut his hair while he's sleeping. Even if communication doesn't do it. It's a major breach of trust, and is an abusive behavior. It can and will lead to an even worse issue in your relationship.
On the hygiene note, stop hinting and talk to him openly, and don't cut it off while he's sleeping. I hope that was a joke. On the attractiveness note, you gotta let it go.
Asking him to not use your products because it's unhygienic, even if he did take care of his hair, sharing that stuff isn't the wisest, is super valid. Without using this look isn't attractive to back up your request. It's not his job to make himself attractive to you at all times, but it is definitely necessary to respect your stuff and your shared space in terms of cleanliness.
OP replied. Edit number 2. Wow, I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. Calm down, folks. I'm not going to actually cut his hair while he's sleeping. That was a joke. I might spray it with dry shampoo though.